You're listening to After the Review.
After the review.
After review, the ruling on the field is confirmed.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is After the Review. I'm your host, Peter. Joining me live and in person this week is my man, Scott. Scott, what's up?
What's going on, Pete? It's March.
It's mad.
Baseball's coming up. We got March Madness. It's a great month to be a sports fan.
We had a long weekend together. We spent
Sure did.
at a wedding. Shout out to Graham and Sarah. Congratulations on the
Instagram, Sarah.
marriage. We were there. I was I was the master of ceremonies, as one would say.
You did a great job.
Thank you.
We'll give him that.
I only did a B+ job, according to you.
To me, there's always room for improvement. So, you did a great job, but
Yeah, that's good.
there's always
That's good.
things to work on. So,
Yeah.
we're, maybe next ceremony.
Maybe, yes, they said next wedding.
Maybe a second wife.
His second wife will change out the wives. I'm not the one that needs to be changed. But like you said, March, I kind of talked about this with Matt last week. This was the month that kind of set everything in motion last year with COVID. It was the shutdown of our world. And now we're back. And I didn't get to pay as much attention as I would have liked to for the first weekend of March Madness, but it felt good, didn't it?
It did feel good. And I don't think a lot of our friends, I don't think we really paid too much attention to the basketball season at all, most of us.
No, I mean, it was...
And I think we kind of just jumped right back in, and it's been fun, at least as much as we've watched. It's been fun. I think we're trying to, kind of get back into it, but it's... So far, it has been madness, and it's been a lot of fun.
Everyone said it was a great tournament to watch, which made me so mad. It's like Friday, Saturday were the 2 days we were kind of super busy with stuff for the wedding, and they said they were great. Every game was pretty close at half, maybe things got pushed either way, but it was a lot of fun. Fun fact, Sweet 16, we have our 16 teams.
We do.
Highest number total ever between the seeds to make a Sweet 16. Yes. Wow. So... a lot of upsets. You got 3 1s in there at least. You want to talk about that other one that didn't make it?
I think we can pass on that one.
Sky.
I usually don't. I'm one of those guys that don't like to go on against the chalk here. I don't like picking the favorites, and I decided to go against Gonzaga, which is probably an awful idea. But
don't.
I went with the 1 seed that didn't make it to the Sweet 16. So
my
bracket is in absolute flames.
You lost. You lost to Sister Jean, the Fighting Sister Jeans.
No, we
lost to Jesus.
We
lost to Jesus.
They lost to Jesus Christ. They didn't lose to Sister Jean. Sister Jean asked Jesus Christ for Loyola to win that game.
Well, she's only got him in the Elite Eight because she's all about winning her bracket. She's got the Zags winning. She knows where she's at.
Well, she's a smart person.
Yeah, God bless her. 101 years old.
Literally.
God bless her.
Yeah. She clearly only likes, when Jesus Christ only likes one school, he doesn't like the entire state of Illinois.
No,
just the one school.
Just the one school.
Just the one school in Illinois, but
we clearly
it is what it is.
We know who the better program is, clearly. Yeah. I'm a little upset. I betrayed my logic. I kind of didn't pay super attention to my brackets. Kind of rushed. I was busy with, chaplain thing.
As we are.
For, it's a big, important day in my man's life. So, but I've been banging on the table all year on this podcast. Gonzaga are the field, and the Big Ten is overrated.
And I think that that's pretty much been proven. Was one Big Ten team left?
Michigan is dragging that limp dick corpse of a conference into the Sweet 16. I got so much shit from my friends, so much shit from Terrell, so much shit from everybody. They're like, no, man, they know what they're talking about. Ranking all these Big Ten schools high. I'm like, they didn't beat anybody in non-conference. They beat each other. They're not good. And Ohio State, it started with Ohio State and Oral Roberts. It concluded basically with Illinois and Loyola Chicago was pretty much the last. Oregon, Iowa was the final nail in the coffin for them. And I would have said Michigan was the best team out of the Big Ten all year. And they faced a tough test. They looked good against LSU, I thought. LSU kind of came out playing, but thank God. But again, Big Ten, overrated garbage. Don't come at me, Big Ten haters.
Pac-12, though.
Pac-12 strong.
Pac-12 can play some ball.
The Buffaloes were the only casualty out of the 5 schools. UCLA's in, surprise. USC, surprise, not really for me. I picked USC in my bracket.
4 teams in the Sweet 16.
Yeah,
pretty impressive.
Some people say Oregon got a benefit of the doubt with the.
I think they proved their worth against game. They did.
They dominated Iowa.
They pretty much dominated.
And Luke Garza had 36 points.
Luka had 30 plus points, and
they dominated. Not close.
When you score 80 points, you should win, but they lost by 15.
Yeah,
so, I mean, they ran them. They ran them pretty well.
Which maybe they had that extra rest, the game against Oregon VCU was the one COVID casualty.
I mean, the funny thing is, like, we talked about this the day before, and you said, "Oh no, don't pick Oregon. They didn't play the first game." And I was thinking, why? I mean, that's one extra day. That's 2 extra days of rest. You're playing an Iowa team that just played a pretty hard fought game.
I was surprised.
I guess Grand Canyon is not a super.
Iowa looked good.
But
Iowa and Michigan were the only 2 Big Ten teams that looked dominant in the first round. I thought. Yeah. So I was a little surprised by Oregon there.
So you guys are like, oh, don't bet with Oregon. I'm like, okay, I guess I'll go with Iowa. Bad idea. Lost money, but
calm down.
What are you gonna do?
I tried to talk you off Illinois the night before, and I was like, dude, bet the fighting sister jeans. You're not picking
I'm not
against
a chalk guy. I don't like picking the chalk. I like picking against the favorites, and we'll get to that later in our MLB picks and stuff too. But never been a chalk guy. I don't like just. If I'm on a podcast, I'm talking to people about sports. I want to be off the grain a little bit.
Well, I have off the grain too. I do have Gonzaga. I have the same championship matchup in both my brackets, and they look like the good pick right now.
The thing is, it's really watching all these games. It's Gonzaga. Like Gonzaga,
maybe Baylor. I think can hang with them.
I don't know. Gonzaga has the 3 guys. They got Jalen, they got Timmy, and they got Kispert, and. Either one of them, any of the 3 can have a bad game.
Kispert didn't have a good game 1, and they cruised.
No, he didn't have a good game.
Game 2.
Game 1, I think he had 26 or something.
It was game
2. He had an okay game. I think he had like 12 or something.
I think he scored 9 early.
And Timmy had like 30.
Yeah.
So it's really pick your poison with them. They're gonna have to go against Creighton and then USC, Oregon. I mean,
it was already the weakest bracket.
Exactly. From the beginning, it was going to be
the weakest bracket.
It was going to be just a cruise fest to the Final Four, most likely, and then they'd have to face probably number 1 Michigan team or a number 2 Alabama team.
You're sleeping on my pick now. You're sleeping on my Seminoles. I have the Seminoles in the Final Four.
Hasn't Gonzaga won every single game this year by
double digits? They are cruising.
I know they haven't played many teams. They're in the WCC. They've played Baylor.
They
played BYU.
They had not played a ranked team since December 26th. The Baylor game got canceled, which was the hard one. You would have liked to see that game.
Yeah, I mean they beat the number 2, number 3, number 4 seed in their region.
Their cruise, yes.
Once again, not a chalk guy.
Yeah.
I kind of just picked Illinois just to be different. I think we all knew Gonzaga was probably going to run.
Speaking of different, speaking of scores on that Gonzaga team, Buddy Boeheim, old boy, had an offer to play on this.
Buckets.
Had an offer to play on this Gonzaga team.
Buddy Buckets could have gone to Gonzaga.
He went to.
Could you believe that?
Just because they need more offense. He stayed with his pops, and they're in the Sweet 16. I don't think many people had 11 seed Syracuse. Jim Boeheim. Did you hear Jim? My dad pulled this up. Jim Boeheim's record as a double-digit seed. You ready for this one?
Was like 10-0 or something.
He is 12-2. Well, he's never won the tournament. He's won it once as the dominant with Melo, but 12-2 as a double-digit seed in the tournament. That's flat out impressive. That's gross.
Yeah, that's really.
That means that man is sleep on us. My 2-3 zone is going to carve you up.
The 2-3 zone. If a team goes against them and they haven't seen the 2-3 zone, good luck. That's kind of how San Diego State looked.
We missed that game. That was so bad.
I kind of saw the highlights. San Diego State looked lost.
They shot 30 lost. For a team that was 56-4 in the last 2 seasons. They were 30-2 last year. They shot up 33s, and it was just like they were clanking everything.
If you're a shooting team, you might have a chance against Syracuse.
I thought West Virginia had a shot. West Virginia was trailing all game. They took the lead. I was like, okay, West Ball's got this. Who could have predicted Buddy Boeheim? Can't miss. No. He's a walking bucket. He's a walking bucket. How do you like that? I like this. They pulled up his recruiting, and it was like Jim Boeheim, official in-home visit with Buddy Boeheim. It's like, was that over breakfast? Or was that over some cinnamon?
Hey, you want to come play for me?
Yeah. Like, you ever thought about Syracuse? You want to play for over some cinnamon toast crunch and some shrimp tails?
Shrimp tails?
Yeah. Check
another story.
Yes, it's another story for another time. Check the internet
Sorry,
first.
General Mills. It's a tough one. It's a real tough one.
But yeah, they're a sleeper. Houston. They got Houston in the Sweet 16. Houston escaped by the hair of their chinny chin chin, and you need that. Any team that wins a title usually has one of those games where it's like, we should not have won that game. We won that game. We advanced.
Well, now they're going to take everything else seriously, a lot more seriously. I mean, obviously they're going to play a Jim Boeheim team.
I would hope
you're going to have to.
Well, they played a shitty Rutgers Big Ten team. You don't ever take the Big Ten seriously.
Yeah, clearly, tough tournament for the Big Ten.
No, again, it's not. It's if you listen to this podcast, the inside God knowledge of Peter would have told you don't take any of those teams. They're dog shit. But yeah, I mean, like I said, there's a lot of high seeds on here. We have Loyola, Chicago, the Fighting Sister Jeans, Oregon State. Oregon State is right. They keep throwing sevens on that craps table. They were not in this. They were not in this tournament. They won the Pac-12 tournament. They're rolling. They demolished Oklahoma State, which was a lot surprising in that second round game. Katie Cunningham going home. I mean, I can see it. I know. I like Loyola. They were underseeded. I knew that. I said that going into the tournament. They were underseeded as an 8 seed because they were like ranked 20 in the country going in. It's like, oh, like this team knows what they're doing. Yeah. Also, games are on Saturday and Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. What the hell is the NCAA doing? Why can't we have a Thursday, Friday?
I just don't know why they didn't just keep the original, schedule. How they did for the last 30 years. How they've been doing
forever.
Thursday, Friday,
yeah.
Saturday, Sunday, and then they have
Final
Four is going to be the
well,
one
they needed,
Saturday.
They needed the extra day for COVID, so that's why they had Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Like, okay, if you want to keep it the same, like, okay, let's do that again. Let's do Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Why do you got to scoot it back an extra day?
Yeah, I'm not sure about the Tuesday games. I mean, I guess it just gives gamblers more opportunity.
An
extra day to an extra day of the week to gamble on.
You're gonna lose even more money,
Scott. Let's not talk about that.
Scott's going even more. Hey, Scott paid for drinks the first night. We were cruising on day one. We were killing it.
I wouldn't say cruising, but
we were
feeling good. And then
he thought for sure
he got the best of
the wheels fell off the goddamn wagon after that point.
Hey, there's always next week.
Hey, we don't. Nothing says don't ever bet sports like the NCAA tournament. Nothing but bad beats. Backdoor covers, backdoor over-unders. Oh, the absolute worst.
Just bad insight from every source that I tried to get information from. They always told me the opposite of what happened. It just was not a good week. But hey, I mean, what are you gonna do? It's gambling.
If it wasn't successful for the bookies, Vegas was not built on winners.
There's a reason why Vegas is flourishing the way it is. It's not because we're winning.
You don't build those casino resorts on a bunch because we lose money.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so let's go. Before we hop into baseball, we're gonna hop into baseball because we're actually getting back into this finally. It doesn't even feel like baseball season. It's kind of weird. Do you have a updated Final Four? I know you didn't have it. Give me your Final Four after watching games.
So I'll run down the bracket right now. So Gonzaga, Creighton. Like I said, Gonzaga's.
Let's just put the Zags in the Final Four.
Once again, they're 14.5 point favorite, I think.
Yeah, just put them in.
They're going to beat whoever they play, USC, Oregon. I think it'll be Oregon. I think Oregon will probably be USC, but obviously USC has the two twins.
Play another 2-3 zone.
Yeah, Evan Godley will be a top 5 pick, 7-footer, can play ball. Gonzaga's gonna beat.
Just get
Timmy has the best footwork in college basketball.
Right.
It's absurd. He's unbelievable. If Kispert can shoot, if Suggs can shoot, well.
And Mark Few is a very good coach.
Mark Few's been doing it forever. Anyway,
just pen him in. Don't even
just
pencil.
go and throw him in the final. Probably throw him in the
finals.
In the
probably.
Finals, but, Michigan, Florida State. I think Michigan has their best player out. Florida State.
Florida State looked great against the Buffaloes.
I think it'll be a close game. I think it'll go either way. Not sure what the spread is. I can look at that. But I think Michigan will probably pull through on that one. And then UCLA, Alabama. No.
I'm riding the Seminoles all the way. Alabama scares me a little bit. I'm riding the Seminoles all the way.
And I mean, I think they played two pretty close. Even Texas Southern game, that was kind of scary for a little bit. For a little bit.
Wasn't that scary?
Not that scary.
It wasn't Virginia.
I think for the first 15 minutes, you're like, okay, let's
put them away. They were never trailing though. It was
true,
winning.
True, but
it's
still.
Oral Roberts was giving everybody the heart palpitations after that.
I think Michigan they might sneak past them. I don't.
All right, so
but you're also talking.
So you're going chalk on the top top
I think so, and then UCLA, Alabama. We've talked about Alabama a little bit. They're kind of a Houston Rockets offense. They shoot threes. They get layups. We've talked about this at dinner.
They do not shoot
mid-range shots. 3% mid-range shots.
And that's too much for their coach.
That's too much for their coach, which is crazy. That's pure D'Antoni offense going for him. But I could see UCLA winning if Alabama closes up on the 3-pointers, but I don't think that it'll happen. So I got Gonzaga, Oregon, and then Michigan, Alabama. Gonzaga will go through, and I think Alabama is going to beat Michigan.
Okay.
So I like Alabama. I like Gonzaga, Alabama. Gonzaga will probably.
So
Gonzaga's gonna be
Alabama's just the ultimate sports school at this point. If they're making you want a natty and you're making the Final Four, you just can't lose. You know what?
Yeah,
we live in Bama's world. That's all it is.
Tuscaloosa is the center of the world.
Bottom quick. Let's do the bottom. Baylor. Do we see Baylor losing?
I think
don't.
It might be a blowout, truthfully, against Villanova.
And then Oral Roberts, Arkansas. I don't.
I think Arkansas is probably going to be too athletic for Oral Roberts. I mean,
and then
as much as we love the Cinderella story, as much as we love the 15 seed getting to the Elite Eight, I just don't see it happening.
And then Arkansas Baylor
looked really good.
Baylor feels way too athletic for Arkansas.
I think that's true too. I think Baylor will probably make it to the Final Four.
This is okay. So the bottom. So we'll put Baylor in the Final Four. Yeah. This last quadrant, this quad team. This is a very interesting group of four right here.
This is very interesting. I mean, once again, Loyola Chicago has Jesus on their side.
They have Jesus. Sister Jean had him.
Jesus Christ.
Sister Jean wrote them into the Elite Eight. She manifests that it's going to happen. Did you like Oregon State in this game?
See, I got either Oregon State and against Loyola Chicago and Jesus Christ. It's tough to go against Loyola Chicago in this one.
Don't bet against Jesus, folks. He's been known to make water into wine.
We tried to talk about this beforehand. I think I'm gonna switch. I think Jesus Christ wins that game. Jesus Christ will get past.
Oregon's got to run out of gas.
Oregon State looks.
They're
so
running.
good, though.
They
do look really good.
They got to run out of gas. They were picked to finish. It's not like so they had some COVID issues. It's not like they were picked to be good in the Pac-12. They were the preseason last place team.
They were
so this is and then they had some COVID issues, but they weren't good in the regular season. My dad's like, well, they're hitting their stride. I was like, yeah, if they were a good team, they were hitting their stride right now. They're not a good team. Yeah. They're winning games. They're playing great ball. Loyola's been a good team, and they're playing great ball on top of it. They have a 40-year-old truck driver as their center. How do you stop that man?
Yeah. Great stash. Great facial hair. Love that guy.
He looks like Farva from Super Troopers.
I've seen the memes. It's good stuff.
And they have Jesus on their side.
I mean, Jesus Christ, what are we going to do?
All right, Syracuse is a super interesting game.
So, I've kind of just thought about this right now. So, Syracuse, West Virginia, they had, a day to prepare for Buddy Boeheim and Tuesday Zone?
Day.
Houston, Syracuse. Houston has all week to try and lock down Buddy Boeheim. All week to figure out how to go against a 2-3 zone.
You mean they're not going to put a 5'9" guy on him like West Virginia did?
I think Houston's athletic enough. They can shoot a little bit. Buddy Boeheim is still Buddy Buckets, but I think Houston will sneak past.
Houston's a better team. They're very athletic.
I think they'll sneak past.
They had their scare.
Yeah. Yeah, they've had their heat check a little bit. Well, they've had their
gut
check.
Yeah, sweat it out, baby.
So we got Baylor, we have Arkansas, we have Jesus Christ, and we have Houston. Baylor's going to beat Arkansas.
I think Baylor's a safe bet.
I think
I got to go Houston.
God, Houston against Jesus Christ. Though.
But Sister Jean only had them getting to the Elite Eight. She didn't have them in the Final Four.
That is true. I think
they run out of magic.
I think her powers only last for so long.
It's however far she picks them is however far they go.
So I think Houston. I think we agree. Houston will probably advance.
It's gonna be an issue guarding the. They're gonna have an issue guarding the 40-year-old truck driver for Loyola though.
They are.
Houston Baylor's.
I like Houston Baylor.
That's fair. So it always comes down to kind of chalk.
So we got Zags, Bama, Baylor, Houston.
So you're wrong. I'll tell you why you're wrong.
Did I pick Illinois?
No, because the last 8 years, a 5 seed or higher has made the Final Four.
Well, it's gonna be different this year.
No, this is it. We're back in the street. It's COVID. It's COVID year. Yeah. All right, I like that insight. So,
Zags, Bama, Baylor, Houston. Zags will advance against Alabama.
Zags, Baylor.
The better team.
Zags, Baylor. Maybe Houston. Zags, Baylor.
Zags, Baylor.
It's Zags, Baylor.
And I think Gonzaga will probably.
That'll be an interesting. I'll be excited to see.
I think it'll be closer than we think, but I think
that'll be a good game.
Gonzaga's gonna have their best. They're gonna play against their best team they played all year. So
they
could have played them this year.
They should. They were scheduled. It was on the schedule. They tried. Mark Hugh even said hey, you want to play in the hotel ballroom right now? We'll play. Put some Nerf nets up. We're gonna hoop. Let's play. All right. I hope it's Zags Baylor. I don't want to say Baylor's gonna win. I've been on the Zags all year. If anybody's gonna go undefeated, first time since 1976, it's this Zags team for sure. They were great. Let's step on the diamond, Scott. This is why you're here. That's why we bring you here.
That's why I came.
This is your specialty.
I'm back.
He was here last year. He got massive reception from the 3 people that watched.
or six. 5 or 6 people.
But again, Graham.
If those people probably tuned in last time, but for those who did not tune in, we can recall that I did pick the World Series.
He had it all right.
I picked the Dodgers and Rays.
And he had the Dodgers
in
win.
6 games.
And he had the Dodgers win.
So, if you don't believe me, scroll on back to last March.
He was actually October. We brought this back up when the World Series finished. It was back on here. All right, so
Not
we
to brag. Not to brag.
Oh,
Not to brag.
excuse me.
I'm a humble guy.
Interesting. We had a fun. It was a weird baseball offseason. Again, contracts kind of all over the place. People signing in left and right. I mean, what was the big name? Trevor Bauer.
Trevor Bauer, Frankie Lindor going to the Mets, pretty big.
The Mets GM. What was he on the job? 36 days.
Yeah, he got the best shortstop in baseball, and then got canned. He did a great job. He did what he had to do.
As a Mets fan, you can't complain.
He got the best shortstop in baseball.
I sold my soul for this trade, and maybe it did some other things. Yeah. We've talked about that story, but yeah, the Mets, interesting team we bring up. All right, so let's drop into surprises. I guess we can start with. Anybody gonna pop off the page? Like we can reference Bear last year with picking the White Sox. Even me picking the Padres. Padres were a sleeper. The Reds were kind of like the sleeper everybody kind of liked.
Yeah, they had a good rotation last year.
The NL side won.
They did do pretty well. They did lose in the first round.
They fixed it though. They were dumpster fire the first month of the season.
Big win streak at the end of the year. I mean, for me, a sleeper.
Good or bad.
Really looking. In the AL, first off,
you texted me this pick earlier.
Yeah,
you were gonna take.
So I was gonna pick the Blue Jays. They have a bunch of young guys. They have all the.
They made the playoffs last year.
They have all the ex-pro kids on their team.
I think
if your dad played in the big leagues in the last.
You're on the Blue. You're on the Blue Jays. And he was a Hall of Fame. If he was a Hall of Fame talent,
or you have a brother that plays on another team.
You're on the Blue Jays.
That's pretty much what they have. And they got Kevin Biggio, Bo Bichette. Vlad Guerrero Jr.
The third.
Gurriel, yeah. They're a bunch of young guys. If they're not going to play in Toronto, this is probably the team.
Are they playing in Buffalo again?
I think they're going to play at their spring training.
Miami, or Florida, whatever.
Clearwater? I'd have to look that up.
They're going to do whatever the Raptors are doing.
Yeah, they're going to be back in Florida, which is
it's good. That helps
better than Buffalo.
Better than Buffalo. Better weather.
And you have your own facility there. They'll be all right.
Kind of chilling. Just not the fan. You're just not going to have the fans
there. Yeah, you just
there.
won't have the fans.
Because the dimensions are the same, right? Most spring training parks are the same dimensions, right? If you have your own facility.
I mean, for the most part, yeah. I mean, it's pretty.
As your pro, you do your pro. I know the Yankees spring training field is the same dimension as the Yankee Stadium, so you can kind of you get used to what you're going to be hitting into.
It kind of all depends, but I texted him earlier saying, yeah, I was going to pick the Blue Jays, but George Springer's already hurt. He'll probably be back for. They said he'll probably be back for opening day. But it's George Springer. He gets hurt a lot.
Why don't you just get...
Kirby Yates also is getting TJ, their closer. The rotation...
They lost Marcelo. Was it Ozuna? They lost Ozuna, right? No, Stroman. Mark Stroman. Stroman's left.
Mets, really, I'm just kind of going on youth and also the division.
Why don't you just get a fast... don't talk about my fucking division like that.
I'm talking about their fucking division.
Why don't you get a fast kid to roll Springer down the first base line in a wheelchair? Yeah. Springer can swing the bat in a wheelchair. You just get some fast guy to roll him down the first base line. Come on, we're going for 2.
I wish they could do that. It's not going to happen.
I don't know where in the rules it says you can't push a guy in a wheelchair down the first baseline.
It's probably somewhere in there. It's probably a few pages in.
Manfred put that rule. Yeah. Manfred's got
after making the bases bigger in
the minor leagues.
AAA, 6 inches
after
bigger.
He ruled it's legal to hit on trash cans as long as you tell me about who told you to hit on the trash cans.
But you can
you can't roll the
the bases a little
bigger bases. I told you
the
interesting one about my dad pushed on home plate. You're safe. You don't have to touch home plate. If you're above home plate, you're safe because every other base is raised. So you slide like it's a raised base, and that you run into some issues in home plate with that because guys slide over home plate sometimes because it's just your slide motion.
I think that's just asking for injury, but
yeah.
Anyway, getting back to my sleeper pick, I like the Blue Jays. They got Marcus Semien. Peter doesn't want me to talk about his division, but I'm gonna.
The division's good.
I will gas up his Yankees a little later. It's fine. I will also shit on his Yankees a little later.
The division's good besides the top man.
Well, really, I think it's the Yankees and Blue Jays.
That's fair. The Rays are
really the Rays lost their 2 best starters.
How do you
And
Thank
then
God.
I can't,
Thank God for Blake
honestly,
Snell.
Besides the richest man in baseball, Chris Davis, I can't name a single person on the Orioles. So
The Orioles are
I
projected.
really have no clue
They're
who plays on the team.
Do you know what the Orioles over under in Vegas is?
Probably in the 40s.
No, it's 65 and a half.
man.
It's so bad. You know who the second worst is?
The Rangers.
Yes,
probably, yeah.
67 and a half.
They're horrible. So for me in the AL, maybe the Blue Jays.
That's not a bad sleep.
Really
They made the playoffs last year,
Really
though.
looking at all the other teams.
Wait, do we know?
Maybe I wouldn't even say the A's are a sleeper team.
No, they should win that. They won the division last
I don't
year.
think they should win that division, but they're.
Do they? Are we having the extended playoffs again this year?
I think
Extended
so.
playoffs, but and the extra inning rules in place still, right?
I'm not exactly sure.
We looked this shit up a couple weeks back.
We probably did. I don't
We
remember.
were watching shitty conference baseball at the Dell Diamond, and it was
It was baseball though.
allegedly.
It was,
They don't mark. Only Purdue marks their baseballs like a high quality team. Only Purdue. See, I have it back there.
somewhere. So Blue Jays for the AL, and then looking at the NL. Once again, I mean the Marlins did make the playoffs. They did win a series last year.
They somehow
snuck through.
Somehow they made the
play.
They're having a good spring too.
They actually have a pretty decent rotation.
Derek Jeter, you mean
Pretty decent.
Derek Jeter's bringing it? God, it makes.
But once again, we're talking about the division here. I think any of the other 4 teams could have won that.
That's the best division in the
It's
NL.
the
I
best
think.
division in baseball.
Yeah, from top to bottom, maybe,
bottom, best
maybe,
lineups, best
maybe the NL West is probably the best 2 teams
Yeah.
with the Dodgers and Padres, but
I would say. So I'd say the Marlins, but I think in that same division, the Nationals. Even though they did win the World Series a few years ago,
they were terrible last year. But they were bad the year they won the World Series.
They do have the best rotation in baseball, besides the Dodgers.
Well, they have a guy with 2 different eye colors. How do you hit that? How do you hit it?
Yeah, that's just scary to look. You
Just
can't
even look
you
at
can't stand in a batter's box and look at a guy
I'm
with
bad. I'm
a
bad.
brown and a scary
It's
stuff.
bright blue.
The Phillies maybe.
I like them a lot. I like the Phillies
I like
a
the
lot.
Phillies too.
I like the
They're-
Phillies a lot.
Also for me, they played only 60 games last year. The older guys are going to have a little bit longer to
Get back into
it. They have Andrew McCutchen, Reese
Kutch.
Hoskins. I think Andrew McCutchen will have a good year this year.
Didi's still on the team?
Didi's on that team, yeah. McCutchen, Hoskins, obviously Bryce.
It's
Harper,
weird. You
Real
would
Muto,
think
Didi,
it's hilarious.
Segura, Kingery. That's a good team.
You would think the longer a season goes, it'd be worse on an old guy who breaks down. But like old guys are dog shit when it's cold out or the first 2 months of the season, and they pick it up June, July,
Well, they
August.
kind of get. I think they're kind of getting their little routine.
their groove.
Just by seeing guys at the ballpark. Just they show up at the same time. They do the same thing every day.
Baseball guys are weird.
They are weird. They are very weird. They do the same thing every day. They do the hot cold tubs. They do their stretches. It's a whole thing.
I listen to the same song every time.
Probably, yeah.
Unless you're Trevor Bauer, where he changes his routine every day. He has his consistent routine is there is no consistent routine. That's why he's a weird guy.
That's why he's really good too.
No, allegedly it's over under the finger he loses from the propeller cocker. He chops his hand up on the drone.
But, I mean, those 2 teams are really the only sleepers I can even really. Think
I have a
about.
negative sleeper.
Yeah,
The Twins.
Twinks.
I think the Twins are going to be bad this year. They feel like they've been grasping at straws. They've had a lot of old hitting depth. Like Nelson Cruz kind of glued that lineup together the last 2 or 3 years. I mean, Jesus.
And he's old as dirt now.
He
can still swing it, but he's old as dirt.
He's literally 10,000 years old.
Yeah.
And then their prospects really haven't hit like guys like Byron Buxton, who was supposed
He's
to be
also hurt, I think. Too.
yeah, but he's like a minor league. He has like 2-way contract with the minor league. Like he was a guy that was supposed to be the next defensive outfielder, leadoff hitter guy. I think the Twins, they've won the division the last 2 years. I think they're not even competitive this year. That division is pretty strong. The White Sox, God, Satan over there, Bear picking the White Sox last year. They're only going to be better. The Indians, they fire sell to the Indians. They would be bad. Maybe the Tigers. You can't. Yeah,
So.
I agree.
Once again,
The
kind of like the Orioles, I can't name a single person on Tigers, maybe besides Mickey.
guy, baseball player number 2.
Yeah. Jonathan Scope. I mean,
It's a
that's
bad
really
division. That
bad.
might be the worst division in
Lazard.
baseball.
No more Lazard.
That might be the worst division in baseball. I mean, the Royals. At least they're young.
They got Benintendi now, but that's really about all they.
Oh, scary! Yeah,
that's
exactly.
happening.
But they actually, their farm system, from what I've read, is actually like.
You could see what's his name? Name escapes me. I saw him.
What
play.
number 1 pick?
Yeah, Bobby Witt Jr. Could see him this year, which would be kind of cool. I saw him play in the UIL state championships 2 years ago, which was kind of cool to see.
That was when he was the yeah.
With I'm not sure what team it was, but it's kind of cool to see him. So could see him with the Royals this year. He's a pretty good athlete.
But that's a bad division, so
Yeah.
I think the Twins are gonna fall. I think that's a 1 playoff bid division. The White Sox should win that division, just from. You know,
I agree
but
with that,
yeah, they've had a bad spring. I can't pick the Padres. Everyone's on the Padres now. The Padres are my boys over
That's
there.
not a sleeper now.
That's not a sleeper. They're a powerhouse. Can they even compete with the Dodgers? Is the
I think
question.
they can. I think they can.
They're trying. I know Graham texts me every other day begging. He's like, the Padres gonna win that division. Fuck the Dodgers. He's begging for the Dodgers. The Padres to win that division. That's my only negative sleeper. I don't have any. I feel like it's gonna be a lot of chalk this year. I feel like the good teams are gonna be good. The bad teams are gonna be bad.
Well, I kind of thought that last year with the 60 games, but I think, I mean, just like any other year, it's
What are
going to
we-
be
we
all
playing
out
once a-
injuries. It's going to be
What are they? They're playing 150 this year, right?
I think 154.
Okay. So.
Unless they're playing a full season, I'm not sure. I think
No,
it's
they're not playing. I don't
154.
think they're playing one.
154.
They're not playing 162.
Yeah, cut off 8 games off from like, what's that really?
Wow, it's 2 less NL series, I'm sure.
But yeah, I think. I don't know. I was just kind of thinking last year with 60 games, I think chalk will probably run through, and it kind of did a little bit. Yeah, just
I guess the Rays were the biggest surprise last year.
But like once again, they really weren't. There were a lot of guys that picked the Rays.
To be fair though, they're the team that benefits from. They benefited the most from 60 games.
Yeah,
Because that style can't last for 162. You can't play bullshit. We don't score, we pitch.
yeah.
Baseball for 162 doesn't work.
fair.
It gets you 80. It gets you 84 wins. It's not gonna get you winning the division. Hey, the Royals have the best record in the Cactus League right now, so maybe we're sleeping on the
That
Royals.
literally means.
Literally means
Usually,
everything.
what that means is they're going to be the worst team in baseball.
No, they got good. No, they got
When you're
good
the
youth.
best player, when you're the best team in
Spring training.
training,
They
you're
got
the worst
good.
team.
They got good youth. That means. It means they got good youth. All right, let's just pick.
The other team doesn't give a shit.
Well, the Astros can't bang on trash cans anymore. They're bad always.
Well, maybe one of Graham's kids can, since he's getting taught how.
They're
getting
taught how to do that. They're also hyper enough to do it. They could signal from the outfield, smoke signal. All right, let's get division winners, I guess. Or unless you want to do award winners first.
No, we do division. Let's
Let's do division winners, and then we'll do award
division
winners, and then we'll
winners.
get
AL East.
easy.
Man, as much as I just don't want to.
It's easy. It's the Yankees. It's not close.
It's gonna be the Yankees, but always a but.
If they still healthy.
Yeah, when's the last time Aaron Judge played a full season? When's the last time Giancarlo Stanton played a full season? When's the last time DJ Mayhew played a full season?
DJ played a full season 2
When's
years
the last
ago.
time Corey Kluber played a full season?
I
His arm
Literally
came
fell
off his body last year against when he pitched 1 inning for the Rangers.
Guess what? Corey Kluber's like our 15th starter. We don't even need him that much.
Looks like he's your second starter, so.
We did lose Tanaka. Oh, how about that one? How weird.
When's the last time Gary Sanchez played a full season?
Gary Sanchez blows, and he pisses me off. He shouldn't even be on the team. Weird, though. Let's talk about this. Tanaka went back to Japan. He had multiple MLB offers easily. He was a great MLB starter.
Yeah.
Just go back to Japan, I guess. I don't know. Weird guy.
Just go back home. I mean,
I
he's
get it.
made his cash here and go back home.
It's just kind of weird. He's
Enjoy
still...
your last few years that you can.
I don't know. He
play
feels
back
like he's
home.
still in his prime. He's still an elite playoff pitcher.
I know, but there's always stuff going on
Yeah.
with yourself. It's not just all about money and what team you're on and how good you're playing. And sometimes it's about, I've made my money. I've done what I need to do in the big league.
Congratulations, you pitched
Let's
for...
go back home and
Let's play the
pitch for
Japanese league.
The fighting Harpon Warriors in
That's
Japan.
always
Whatever
the
we
Tokyo
play.
Giants. Always the Tokyo Giants.
But yeah, I think
No, what you mean?
health will be an issue. I think.
Severino's back. What you mean? Sevy.
Okay, well, will he be alive at the end of the year? It's really all about that.
It doesn't
But
matter. Aaron
I think regardless,
They'll win that division.
if it's one guy every now and again getting hurt, maybe 2, maybe 3.
Aaron Boone does a great job
they'll
of duct
still
tape.
win.
He does a great
They'll-
job of duct taping the
they'll-
lineup
He does a
together.
good job. They'll still win the AL East.
Luke Voigt's always healthy.
They do have Jameson Taillon now too. He's a little,
He's pitched good in
Woodlands guy.
He's actually pitched very good in the spring too.
But Yeah, Yankees. I mean, there
Easy.
should be
At
the Red
least-
Sox. The Red Sox are pretty much irrelevant.
They're back to cheating, so we'll see how they go.
Yeah, they got your boy back.
Yeah, he's a big ass cheater. He should be. If Pete Rose is banned for life from baseball, Alex Cora should have been hung in the gallows.
That's a whole other podcast.
They should have literally strung him
Whole
up.
nother
You know the
podcast.
big
We can
ass
maybe get back to that
from the
next
Green Monster or the John Hancock sign in center field. They should have strung him up by his toes up there.
Whole other podcast. We can get on that next time.
Pete Rose sheds a tear for this injustice.
Yeah.
Okay, AL Central
Pete Rose sheds a tear at the Mandalay Bay Resort while he's signing autographs for kids.
for $100 a pop.
I've seen him do it. He looks pretty sad.
And he says sorry, and he puts sorry for betting on baseball.
It's kind of a sad
Unbet.
deal. But we're digressing here.
Yes.
But
AL Central?
AL Central, Barry knows best.
White Sox, I agree.
I mean, I don't think Jose Abreu will have near the year he had last year.
He was high. He was fuego last year.
60 games. You're playing almost 3 times the amount of games.
He's fuego.
He'll do the same. Luis Robert or Robert if he's a French guy. I think he's French, isn't he? Luis Robert. French?
Luis Robert.
Sleeper.
Sleeper.
He might hit 30 homers and run for 25 bags.
They should bring back. Is Melky Cabrera 10,000-year-old still on that team?
I don't think so, but
Bring out Melky Cabrera.
I mean, look at the rotation. They got Giolito, who's a
Giolito
baller.
is Cy Young.
Dallas Keuchel, who throws 84 miles an hour, but still knows how to deal.
Ball dances like a goddamn magician.
Lance Lynn, Rodon.
They have a legitimate MVP and Cy
they got
Young
Liam
candidate.
Hendricks, too.
They have
Liam Hendricks too.
They have MVP and Cy Young candidate on that team.
do.
So that's a strong. And the
really-
division is bad. The division is very
Like
bad.
you got off on the Twins.
I don't like the Twins.
Tigers are boo boo. Royals, cool. You got Benintendi, good for you. And they got Mike Minor, awesome, good for you. And I mean, Indians are going to be second. They got Bieber and Plesac.
Yeah, but they shipped off Lindor. I mean, they're kind of fire sale that team.
I think there's really only one.
Yeah, we saw how
one
good
contender in that division.
We saw how good Bieber is. Fucking old Bieber in the playoffs. Got shellacked. He got babied. If you know what I mean. It's bad. Another bad. Okay, AL West. This is an interesting division.
So AL West, as much as all of us want the Angels to win, just for the sake of not wasting the best player in MLB history.
And maybe hold up. Do you see this? What is wrong with the Angels? They're trying to pitch old Shohei Ohtani still. Man has a 13.5 ERA in the spring training. Yeah. He's come back from Tommy John or whatever, his noodle elbow. He's hitting 610 in spring. Just hit him every day. Just please, please, God.
They should just have him stick to what he's
Joel
obviously
Madden.
good at.
Joel
He throws 95, cool.
He thinks he was hitting triple digits. They said.
Yeah, I'm sure he was, but
he wants to pitch.
His arm's gonna fall off.
They signed him as a pitcher. He wants to pitch. Shohei, look him dead in the eyes. Like, you can't pitch. Hit the ball, please.
Didn't in Japan? Don't they do every 4 days in Japan or something?
No, like every 7 days in Japan.
It's
every 7 days.
Okay,
so
he's
why he
trying
could
to
do
catch
that.
up to it. That's right.
Yeah, he was struggling. Please,
Yeah, so that's what I'm getting at,
please.
TJ. Just as much as we want
I
the
beg
Angels to win.
I beg so hard.
God, Mike Trout. I just want Mike Trout.
Just
to
get
the
Mike
playoffs.
Trout, please. Get him on the Yankees, please, so we can make the playoffs. I just want to see him play in the playoffs. The fish.
But as much as we want that to happen,
It's not gonna happen.
it's not going to happen.
I've given up on them.
The rotation, cool. Dylan Bundy, good for you.
Shohei.
And Shohei every 6 day, and he'll hit 4 days and be tired. It's not going to work. I mean, they have a great offense, whatever. It's not going to happen. Astros will probably win that division.
No, they're not. They're a bunch of cheaters. Give it to the Athletics.
If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying, Pete. What are you talking about?
A bunch of cheaters.
The A's, okay, so the A's...
They lost their best player.
They lost Simeon, but they got Elvis.
The Astros lost Springer, their best player.
Yeah, but...
They have a 4 foot legal short person on their team who's 1,000 years old. Correa is always hurt. Who's carrying that team? Bregman? You know what? Zach Greinke's your ace on your staff.
They do have Yordan Alvarez. He's going to rake, too. He's coming back. He's an MVP candidate. Probably.
What is it, second year in the league?
Yeah.
No chance. Zach Greinke also they don't even know if he's going to show up. Zach Greinke's over there on Jupiter. Him and Trevor Bauer.
I mean, who else is going to win? Do you think the A's are going to be on?
The A's have won it 2 years in a row.
They don't have Simeon. mean, I think that the A's are always the same. They're always going to be in contention. I mean, I think it's pretty much a toss.
You know, we're just sleeping on the Mariners because they're just a stacked franchise over there.
Yeah, J.P. Crawford's really going to have him pull through. I literally can't name another player on the Mariners. Kyle Seager, cool. My Rangers.
They're the worst team in base. I like how they're your Rangers now because
they are my Rangers. They have to be my Rangers. The Astros are not my team. Sorry, Graham.
because of the Express, you have to flip allegiance so much.
Flip allegiances. I've done it 3 times already. Oh man, Rangers. They just do the same thing every single year. They sign the old. They have a new stadium. Kyle Gibson.
They have the new stadium.
Opening day starter.
It's got a closed environment. It's going to keep them healthy. We thought, because they fell apart last year, as usual. I don't know what it is. They always get hurt.
Yeah.
They have 100% capacity, though. The fans will will them into victory.
Wrong.
They're so bad.
They're not good. Joey Gallo might hit 40 home runs, but they might only win 40 games.
He'll hit a home run every game they win.
Rangers, sorry. Love you guys.
Bad. Another bad team.
Love you, Willie. But, you think the A's, I think the Astros. It is what it is.
Do you have the A's in the playoffs at least?
I think they'll be a wild card.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, I think wild card teams. If we're doing the 6 teams or the 5 teams,
they should. Because the AL East is so
it'll
bad.
It'll be the A's and
the
for
Blue
me,
Jays.
the
Blue Jays. That's fair.
We're going to the National League now.
National League.
So we talked about the National League East.
Let's say that last. Yeah, that's the best division. NL West.
NL West.
Can the Padres beat the Dodgers? That's the only question.
I think any sports fan, any baseball fan knows that's a two-horse
race, and it's not close.
And it's really it's not.
And those are 2 very good teams.
Diamondbacks might win 80 games.
Those are 2 very good horses.
Very good. They're stallions.
They're the best of the best.
Yeah. Just looking top to bottom.
Dodgers are fucking scary.
Dodgers are really good.
Do you get a little low though winning the World Series? And they've had so many deep runs.
No, I don't think they do. I mean, they have 2 MVPs in the outfield.
Like,
they have 2 Cy Young Award winners in the rotation. With a third one, actually, they have
3.
They have 4 Cy Young Award. They have 3 Cy Young Award winners in their rotation.
They do.
They have 3 of them.
And they have a 4th.
One being really old, but
hey, Clayton still gets the job done.
Yeah. On top of
they have 3 MVPs on the team. They lost the heart and soul of that playoff team though.
Kike?
No, not Kike. What you mean, old Jock Peterson, the freaking old steroid douchey ass. He's the heart and soul of that team in the playoffs. He comes in and drops bombs.
That's an interesting guy. He came down to AAA 2 years ago because I don't know what the Dodgers were thinking. They just wanted to ship him down there, and he didn't give a fuck.
Because they thought he was bad.
That guy was funny as hell.
He just strikes out and rakes.
Yeah, but
he rakes in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Can the Padres do it? They've matched every move the Dodgers made this offseason. The Padres matched
for them, and they even have the rotation. I think top to bottom.
Their bullpen is much better than the Dodgers.
Yeah,
the Dodgers bullpen is their weak point of the team. The Padres added some good bullpen depth.
Dodgers won that. I think Dodgers win. I think it'll be close. Obviously,
I think the Dodgers get lazy. I think it's really hard to pick against the Dodgers. They're the defending champs. Vegas says they're... So I look at this one, the over-unders for the MLB season. Vegas, the Dodgers are the most. Over-under was 107 games. The next closest was the Yankees at 95.5.
Yeah, I saw that too.
That's... What? They don't even have anybody in the same stratosphere as the Dodgers.
Yeah,
I get it.
It's such a toss-up. They're pretty evenly matched team, and they're gonna play each other how many times? 16 times.
A lot of times.
They're gonna give each other hell for 16 games.
I love that the Padres have Eric Hosmer and Manny Machado. Those are some dudes that can win you some big games. They know how to win in some big spots. That helps a lot. Again, you gotta go with the champs though. I guess you're right. You kind of have to.
But
You may not.
Not downgrading the Padres here. We don't. I mean, nobody is. I mean,
I hope they play each other in the playoffs, and we'll get it really settled.
That'd be really cool.
All right.
But,
NL Central.
NL Central. That's also kind of
That's an ugly division.
It's kind of definitely an ugly division. Now the Reds are kind of irrelevant now.
They lost their best player. They lost their Cy Young winner.
Lost their best player. They still have two pretty reliable.
They're the worst
guys in
team.
their
They're also
rotation.
have the second worst record in spring this year.
Shout out to my guy Scotty Heineman again. Hopefully I can make it out to a Reds game. That'd be dope. Love you. But Pirates, once again, another one of those teams I literally cannot name a single player on their team.
Who knows?
Was Starling Marte? Is he on the team?
Probably no. I thought they got rid of him.
Oh, well, never mind. Gregory Polanco is the only other player that
They have a pitcher. They probably have a pitcher that has a long flowing hair and a guy with an eye
I
patch.
think they have a guy. They have Gregory Polanco and one guy that's dating Vanessa Hudgens. I think that's the only two guys they have on the team.
They'll have a guy in like 3 years who's gonna be like the next Andrew McCutcheon or Starling Marte. But it's always
I think it's really, for me, it's a 2-horse race. Once again, Cardinals, Cubs.
Cubs win.
Do like the Cubs. I do like them. Ian Happ will be up and coming this year. They have Jock, your boy.
They were projected.
They got young Jock.
I think Vegas hates them. They had them at like 80 wins.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting. Zach Davies, for being 5'8", he can throw the ball a little bit. They got Jake Arrieta back.
Hey, short guys are the new in.
That is true.
Short
The
pitch.
Stroh Dog can pitch.
Devi Garcia for the Yankees. 5'9". Fucking slings it.
Making sure. Does Zach Davies have a single-digit number? God, good. 27. Perfect.
Oh, it helps the pick.
Pitchers should never have single-digit numbers. That's all I can say. Anyways.
How about 00? Technically single digit.
No.
God damn it.
No. I think the Cardinals will pull through in that division.
I agree.
They have Flaherty. They have Old Man Wayno. Miles Michaelis, hopefully he's healthy.
Matt Carpenter's DHing for them these days.
Yeah.
He's 1,000 years old.
Overall,
Oh, wait, they got
solid
rid of the
squad.
DH. Ah, fuck. They got rid of the DH in the NL. Boo baseball for that one.
Yeah,
They do have Nolan Arenado.
they do.
And they got Goldschmidt.
They do. It's a good team.
Those are some...
Paul DeJong can play too. Dylan Carlson's a large human being. Actually, Tyler O'Neill's a lot. Have you ever seen Tyler O'Neill?
No,
in
how big?
person?
No, huge.
He's a massive human being.
Him and Aaron Judge, mass freaks.
No, he's just
Wide.
short and...
Wide.
The guy goes to the gym, is what I'm saying. He's giant.
We're talking
He is ripped.
upside down triangle.
Saw him in Memphis. That guy is impressive.
What do we got?
I mean, the Brewers aren't a bad team either, but I don't think their rotation is going to be good enough. They do have Cheese Boy Lorenzo Kane.
They got
Jackie
Yelich.
Bradley.
Yelich is great.
Yelich, Jackie Bradley. Yeah, they'll probably get third. So yeah, I think we're agreeing Cardinals.
Cardinals.
Cool. NL West. Oh,
No,
sorry,
NL East. This is the interesting division.
So, like we said, all 5 teams, maybe 4.5 teams.
Could probably win.
I don't think the Marlins are gonna.
But they made the
They
play.
won't.
But they only
did.
played like 12 games last
They
year.
did.
They only played
but
12 games.
Completely different format last year. I mean, you had the Bravos. You got
They got the NL
the
MVP winner.
They got Ronnie Boy. They got Ozzy Albies, Osuna, Dansby. They got Chuck back. They got Chuck from the Rays back. Do they have Soraka? Soraka's still rehabbing, isn't he? I think he had some injury. I know he had an injury last year. I think
Big
he's
one.
Still rehabbing. Yeah.
They had your NL MVP pick last. They also have your NL MVP pick
from last year. Yeah.
from
That's
last
what I
year.
said, yeah,
Who did
Ronaldo.
not
Ronaldo.
who did not win the NL MVP?
He did not.
But they do have the NL. They have free. They have the NL. They have the
They
reigning
got
NL.
Triple F on their team.
They
They
have
got, like I said, they got Chuck back, Max Fried, they can pitch.
It's a good team.
Mets, like we said, Frankie Lindor. They got the polar bear.
They got Robbie Cano.
Yeah.
The Mets just having a group of guys.
Yeah.
You know, if this team was assembled in 2015,
They
this
won
team would be
130 games.
This team is unbeatable.
Yeah. Rotation, they got DeGrom, they got Cookie, they got Short Boy Stroh. Good
I like the
squad,
Mets.
Edwin Diaz.
I like the Mets a lot.
Yeah.
They're plucky. They're the upstart underdogs a little bit.
Yeah.
I like the Mets a lot.
Like we said, these 4 teams, I think they're. I don't know what the total wins in Vegas are saying for those 4 teams. Probably pretty close. Nationals pretty much the same team as last year, plus John Lester, plus Kyle Schwarber.
That helps.
And Carter Keyboom, who's up and coming.
They were so bad last year. Little World Series hangover maybe last year.
Maybe, but maybe they weren't a team that's, a quick spark for 60 games.
We saw
who could win.
the year they won the World Series, they were, 60 games in, they were in second to last place in baseball.
Exactly.
And they came back and won the World Series.
A lot more games to play with this year. They have a much stronger rotation.
You gotta, the Phillies though. Bryce Harper's they gotta get in.
I like the Nationals to win.
That's a bold pick.
The Nationals.
That's a bold pick.
I do. I like the Nationals. And I actually kind of like. Never mind. I don't know what I was thinking. I was thinking Bryce Harper for some reason. He's on the wrong team.
He's on the
Phillies for a while.
He's on the Phillies.
But back to the Phillies. We talked about Andrew McCutchen. I think we'll have a good year.
They got the book. They have Mr. Joe Girardi in the book.
They do. He's back.
They're good. They're good for 162.
Yeah, I like Bryce Harper to have his best year this year.
They have to get that team into the playoffs.
Yeah.
Have to.
And I think they will. I think they'll probably be the wild card.
All right. I like them to win that division, and I like the Mets to be that wild card.
Hey, I mean, I can't argue with
We're getting wild.
I
think the Braves are going to have an injury this year. I don't know who to do.
I can see that happening. I mean,
they're due. Everybody's due. Everyone's got to pay the piper eventually. Everyone always has to hit that injury stock. All right.
So for me, I have the Yankees, White Sox, Astros, A's wild card, Blue Jays wild card. In all East, I have the Nationals. Then I have the Cardinals, Dodgers, Padres wild card, and
somebody out
Nationals, and then the Phillies wild card.
Phillies. Somebody out of the East.
Yeah, somebody out of the East.
Insert out of the East. I go Yankees. I got White Sox. I like Athletics. I like the Astros as the wild card. The Blue Jays probably my other wild card of the AL. Also, I like the Phillies. I like the Mets out of the East. Phillies to win. Mets to be the wild card. St. Louis. The Cubs to be a wild card. No. Padres. I'll go Padres. Dodgers, Padres. Obviously.
Yeah, I mean, can't go wrong.
You can't.
Really can't.
I mean, you can. We could miss every single one. We could be terrible. Give me your award winners. Let's do these quick. Let's go. MVPs, Cy Youngs.
So NL MVP, I'll make this quick.
You're off the.
We've
That's
gone,
off the beaten.
gone for a while now, but
off the beaten path.
This has been fun. If you didn't know, the Colorado Rockies had a little.
They have a guy.
They had a little thing last year. So obviously everyone was trying to save money.
Yes.
They were cutting people, furloughing people. The Rockies made a very bold decision. They decided to cut every single clubhouse person on the staff. So last year, front office guys had to work their 9 o'clock to 4 o'clock. Normal
hours.
Normal stuff they do.
Whatever they do in a day.
A lot of stuff. You can ask any of the people I've worked for. And then from 4 o'clock to 2 a.m., they were doing clubhouse stuff.
They were the clubbies.
They were the clubbies as well.
That's awful.
So you can imagine, I've done the clubby stuff. I've seen the front office stuff. Doing both of those for 30 games is absolutely absurd. It's absurd. You're cleaning cleats. You're cleaning up a whole clubhouse. You're doing laundry. You're scrubbing jerseys. You're doing all.
And you're
this
not
stuff,
making any more money, probably.
And you're not making any more money.
They're robbing people because the owner's robbing you blind.
So there's a guy who's on the Cardinals now. He left that team. Probably wasn't very happy last year. Probably wasn't in a good situation. His name's Nolan Arenado. Also looking at the odds in the NL.
He likes
plus 1,200. Pretty good.
Especially in a bad division.
And he's got people behind him who can hit as well. He's got goals.
He's got some protection.
So I like Nolan Arenado because I think he's in a much happier place. He's in a good organization. First off,
he's got a lot of money.
Been a great Mike Schultz, a great coach.
He's got a good amount. He got paid too.
He's already paid. He's in a great. I'm sure he loves playing for St. Louis.
I like that pick.
So I'm going Nolan Arenado. What do you got for the NL MVP?
I think I'm going to double down.
Yeah.
I went with this pick last year. He let me down, but he was great in the postseason. Mookie Betts.
Okay.
Best team in baseball.
Plus 750.
That's not a bad bet then. Best team in it's hard. It's the best team in baseball though. If they cruise and he hits 320, breaks it up, give me 30 home runs, MVP easy.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna be ready. He's built for the 162, and he's a platinum glove winner out there. The defense always adds. Doesn't hurt that Nolan Arenado is also a Gold Glover at third base.
Yeah, he's a freak.
So I like that pick. Mookie, don't let me down this year, please, Bubba. I saw you showed me everything I needed in the postseason. You should have won the World Series MVP. Maybe it was close. You were great games 1 and 2. You were the difference. Didn't have a strong finish, but all right. AL.
So obviously.
Oh wait, let's go Cy Young. NL Cy Young.
NL Cy Young. So, like I said, as much as I don't like picking chalk,
You going Trevor Bauer again?
I think just seeing what he does with his brand, with momentum, just kind of seeing in person all the rehab stuff he does every single day. He's completely different from any other.
He's playing with drone copters.
He's all about the analytics. He does. I mean, he just does stuff off the grain. It's really impressive of just the stuff he does with his brand, and then he goes out and pitches and shoves, and then goes home and makes videos.
Why don't you marry him? Why don't you marry him already?
Now he's in LA. He's gonna do big things.
You think
he's nasty?
You hope he's gonna do big things.
I can't go against Trevor Bauer.
As
much as I want to go like a Walker Buehler, or I picked him last year.
Any 7 dudes on the Dodgers.
Even a DeGrom. I can't go against Trevor Bauer here.
That's a fine pick.
I don't know what the. Let me see what the.
You got the NL Cy Young odds over here. You're gonna pull up.
I want to see him.
That's a good pick.
What do you got?
I'm going with DeGrom.
Okay.
Again, the Mets are gonna get in the playoffs, and DeGrom is gonna have back to form, 162, and you know what, Scott? He's gonna have this crazy thing that he's never had. He's won in the past. He's gonna have wins to back his ass up now. His ERA's always been fantastic. His WHIP's always been fantastic. All these numbers, his team just never produces for him. His team is actually going to put some damn offense behind him. He's going to be a massive win guy this year, I think. That's going to be the difference. I'm going with Jacob DeGrom.
So DeGrom's plus 500, Bauer's plus 700. So I mean, they're pretty much it's 1 and 2 for them. But I mean, the guys underneath him: Scherzer, Buehler, Darvish, Nola.
He's got 2 eyes.
Snell, Flaherty.
Hugh Darvish is that
Castillo,
high?
He's a 5th. Plus 1,000. So
Hugh Darvish is that high?
I mean, he did well last year, but I mean, Scherzer's always going to be
yeah.
All
right,
I think the number 1, number 2 is probably going to be.
All right, AL MVP.
AL MVP. See,
this is a tough one.
This is a tough one. So obviously, Mike Trout's plus 200. So
Mike Trout always wins the MVP.
He's he's not even close favorite. But if I'm going with somebody else, if this guy can last a full season,
just if you plug Mike Trout in the top 3, just automatic.
Yeah.
Hey,
plus 200. You're just getting double your money for a full season award. We're talking about here. That's absurd. Yeah. As much as once again I don't want to do this, this guy can play a full season. Stay healthy. Aaron Judge.
Oh, okay.
He's plus 1,200. He rakes.
Plays defense.
Give him 150 games. He'll hit 55 homers probably. It'll be done. It'll be stupid. He'll probably hit 55 homers. In that division he's playing in. But he's got to play him, 80 times or something in that awful division he's in probably now, pretty much.
It's not bad.
Stay healthy, Aaron.
I hope so.
You're going to win the MVP.
He needs one.
Yeah.
Since Altuve stole his one from him. Well, Altuve cheated.
Another podcast. We'll get
Since Altuve cheated. With almost the same numbers, Altuve cheated his rookie year.
What do you got?
That's a good pick.
I actually also sleeper, Matt Olson.
Really?
Plus 4,000. It's big sleeper.
Big sleeper. We're trying to make some money.
Matt Olson can play.
We're trying to make some money. You know what?
I'm a Vegas guy. What are you going to do?
Another bad division. Sleeper team. Not really sleeper. Good team. Five-tool player.
Yeah.
Does it all. Jose Abreu.
Okay. Yeah.
He was close last year. He was right there. Kind of didn't finish strong. He's the leader of that team. It's his turn. Mike Trout's gonna have the LeBron effect. Can't just keep giving it to Trout. Even though we should give it to Trout. Trout should win it every year.
Yeah. Jose Ramirez plus 1,200. So it's a number four favorite. So yeah. I'm glad you're not picking chalk, Pete.
Well, if I was picking chalk, I'd pick Mike Trout. If we were smart, I'd pick Mike Trout.
Exactly.
All right.
So
AL Cy Young.
AL Cy Young. So let's see what we got here. He'll Cy Young. Okay, that's who I was gonna pick.
I already know my pick.
So obviously Garrett Cole's the.
That's my pick. I'm picking Garrett Cole. That's easy. Just lock it in. He got 1 year under his belt. This is his year. He gives up so many home runs, though. It's a little frustrating. He gives up so many solo shots.
He does, but I mean, so did Verlander.
Yeah,
For
but
a long time.
he's so aggressive. Just stop being so aggressive. just stop being so aggressive.
I like another guy who threw a no-hitter recently.
Okay.
We go to Lucas Giolito.
Yep. Okay.
White Sox.
There you go. We're on the same wavelength here.
Yeah.
You have the Yankees offensive player win the MVP. I have the White Sox offensive player win the MVP. You have the White Sox Cy Young. I have the Yankees Cy Young. We're on the same wavelength here.
Yeah. I like Giolito. He's
Filthy.
super nasty.
Filthy.
He's disgusting.
Gross.
You got Garrett Cole plus 350, Bieber 400, Giolito 450. Glasnow is way down there now at 950, my pick last year.
No, that team's terrible.
Glasnow is either just electric or
He doesn't know what day it is.
Just doesn't know how to pitch. So.
He can't find a strike zone.
Corey Kluber's even up there at plus 1800 if he remembers how to if he sews his arm back on this year.
To be fair, the only team that's ever hit Corey Kluber in his prime was the Yankees, so we don't have to face them anymore.
Even Frambler Valdez down there, 2,500 with a broken finger. I don't know how he's down there. This might be some old odds. Frambler.
You can probably get him for better odds.
I hate that guy more than in the world, man. He's literally the worst person I've ever dealt with in baseball. Literally the worst person. I hope you listen to this, Frambler. I hate you.
I will. You want me to You want me to tweet at him? This podcast.
Yes, please.
For the minimum.
Shoot this off to Frambler. God, I hate that guy. Anyway.
Giolito, I like that pick.
Yeah.
All right.
I like it too.
So we're on the same wavelength.
Yeah.
All right, let's go CSs real quick, and then sexy World Series picks.
So CSs, I probably have the Yankees having the most wins. So probably Yankees and wild card will probably be. Who did I have? I had.
I don't care about the playoffs. Just give me the final two. Just give me the final two. Just give me the CS. Give me the championship. Give me the Yankees versus who in the championship series. Who are the Yankees playing to go to the World Series again?
I'm going Yankees White Sox.
That's where I'm going. Son of a
Yankees
bitch.
White Sox. And I think the Yankees will win in
6.
Shit.
Son of a bitch. It's finally the Yankees' time. They've been pushed so far. I mean, shit. They took the Rays won the AL last year. They got screwed on the seeding, the Yankees. Let's be fair. If they played 7, they would have won 7. And it was a solo shot in Game 5. They lost 1-0 to the Rays in Game 5 in Tampa. Could have went either way. You had Cole on the bump. So I don't think there's any of that bullshit this year.
Pete's being biased. What do you know?
Yeah, let's be real. We know the Astros were the worst team. Imagine that. Hey, guess what? The Astros have the worst record in the AL playoffs. They should have lost.
And they won a series.
No, they should have been swept in the first round by the Rays. Like they would have been.
Still won a series.
Oh, yeah, wait.
Almost won a second one.
Hold up, and they were 0-3. They were down 0-3. They would have been swept in the 5-game series.
Truth. So we got Yankees in the World Series. They get the pennant in the AL. NL. Man, we want to pick the Dodgers so bad. I think
Dodgers, Padres, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be
But they're
Dodgers.
not going to play. But the problem is, the one's a wild card. They're going to play in the second round. They're going to play in the DS. It's going to be a 5-game set. That's the
Would
issue.
they, though? Let's see.
It
Oh, I
depends.
guess they would.
If
Yeah,
it's
they
one-
might. If one's, yeah. That's true. So we have to worry about who's going to beat each other in DS. I think
That bodes well for the Dodgers in 5 games.
in a 5-game series,
It bodes well for the Dodgers.
Dodgers will probably win that.
It bodes better for the Padres in 7.
And I think I like. I don't know. I think Dodgers Cardinals. I think
That's probably pretty generic. I like that.
I actually haven't looked at any of the experts' picks. So I'd like to see what they have to say, but
They don't
I
know
like
anything.
Dodgers Cardinals.
The experts don't know anything. You're the expert.
It's true. They really don't.
They don't know anything.
They led me the wrong way in March Madness so far. So bastard.
Dodgers Cardinals. Okay, that's like some. What are we playing? Like 1958 baseball over here. Like just generic ass NL Powers over here.
Yeah.
It's really annoying. I hate it. I'm gonna go with Dodgers. You know what? There's gonna be a good balance. Maybe we're gonna get a fortuitous roll of seeds. I'm gonna go Dodgers Padres.
Okay.
Fortuitous bounce. I'm begging on the seating here. I'm hoping something weird happens. Maybe, who knows? Dodgers, Padres. Give me the Padres in 6. I like the Padres to make the World Series.
Okay.
So they're going to get a fire.
And I don't want to pick the Dodgers.
Uh-huh.
I'm picking the Cardinals to go World Series. I don't know what the odds are. They got They got Arenado. They got Waino. They got Jack Flaherty.
That's a good.
They got Goldie. They got Edmund.
They're due. They're due for a good run.
They got big.
But they
boy
kind
O'Neill.
of always let down, don't they?
They kind of. I mean, recently, yeah.
But so did the Dodgers, and then the Dodgers
True.
eventually made it.
It happens. So I have the Yankees Cardinals. Man, I don't want to pick the Yankees.
This is like
I
1950.
hate this.
This is
I hate
the
picking
two winningest
fucking
franchises
Yankees.
ever.
Once again, if the Yankees are healthy the entire year, they somehow get off the IL.
Are you saying you're gonna pick them?
I don't want to say it.
Is he gonna say it?
Say it.
Say it.
I got the Yankees in 6.
Wait, what's that? What's that? You got the Yankees in 6?
Yankees in 6.
Yankees in 6 over the Cardinals.
I'm nauseous right now.
He's gonna vomit.
I'm gonna throw up everywhere.
I have to do it. You know I have to do it. I don't think this is a surprise, but we're gonna start spreading the news. Yeah, baby. We're breaking out we got the music on. Sing it, Frank.
I'm gonna throw up.
He's gonna vomit. He hates it.
Start spreading the news.
We're finally bringing it home. The Dodgers got it last year. We're getting it this year, baby.
See, you can tell how biased he is with this whole we thing.
We're bringing it
So
home. We're due.
Yes, we're due. Once again, we are due.
Calm down. He gets so upset.
biased.
The Yankees have only been in the Yankees have been in the ALCS the last 2 of the last 3 years, and they went to the DS and lost to the World Series champs in 5, or the AL winner in 5. They're the best team.
I'm not denying
Aaron
it.
Boone got a pacemaker. His heart is gonna hold up. We got a mechanical robot manager.
I just hate it. That's all.
It's disgusting.
I think I'm gonna puke all over.
Chase for 28, baby. How can you compete with that lineup?
You can't.
You can't. They're just gonna hit 1,000 home runs.
Let's last 154 games.
I only need them.
Make sure that happens.
I only need them
and
for.
then they'll win.
I only need them for the 16 in the playoffs.
Anyway, I
Judge,
hate this so
Stan,
much.
the machine.
I went on the Yankees way too much today. I'm not happy with myself.
He's gonna vomit. I love it.
I'm not happy at all.
He was right last year. He's gonna make it 2 for 2. But I'm getting a little nervous with his March Madness picks. I don't know. He might have lost it.
Yeah. Not good. I'm going with my gut for the rest of the way on that one.
Pick against the big.
I'm not looking at any expert bullshit that they have out there.
Just
Not
pick.
happening.
Just pick against the Big Ten.
Yeah, exactly. I guess that's the way to go.
All right, Scott. It was great having you.
A lot of fun once again.
Oh, yeah.
I love being on.
We're gonna do it some
Love
more.
being on.
We got the in person. We got the setup.
This is a lot of fun.
We're ready to go.
As much as I'm about to throw up all over everything. This has been a lot of fun, Pete.
Pinstripe pride, baby. I'm gonna get it. You want what kind of Yankee jersey you want for this? I'll get you a shirt. You want a Geo shirt?
So I can burn it?
Yeah, no. You want a Corey Kluber shirt because your arm's about to fall off like his.
Not the worst idea. I kind like that, actually.
Both of us have no arm. All right. Again, that's gonna do it. Remember, if you like it, share and subscribe to the channel, and we will see you all next week.